Hi there, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers. The weather today is already looking a lot better than this time last week, but there's still a chance for some showers and even a few flakes. Jamie, this is definitely my first Minnesota spring, my friend. Anything can happen.
It really can. It really can. This is the season where yeah, winter thinks you think it's going to disappear and makes a triumphant return, and then we go right back through the whole cycle again. And you can see right now radar is picking up that mix of precipitation, temperatures indicating that we could see a few flakes, especially towards southwest Minnesota. But we're also going to see a little bit of a pellet or even a little bit of a moderate shower down towards places like Albert Lea, towards Mankato, and even into Rochester. But again, we're kind of on that edge where the precipitation could be just about anything from a snowflake to a raindrop right now. This is going to slowly migrate north. It's going to try to produce some showers for parts of the metro area, but again, it looks as though much of that will evaporate before reaching the ground. 41 right now with the dew point at 30 in the metro, and you'll see again over the next couple of hours here, again, maybe a few raindrops in the area, but certainly not expecting anything too terribly heavy around the metro. We'll talk about some sunshine. We'll talk about some much warmer temperatures as well coming up.
You said my favorite word, warm. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep.
Well, a man is in custody and people are now back in their homes after a standoff in Woodbury just hours ago. Michelle Beck was on the scene throughout the incident and talked with neighbors who were just feet away.
Crews in tactical gear surrounded this block on Tahoe Road for about 5 hours this morning, and now Woodbury police say they have a suspect in custody. Police say the suspect had barricaded himself inside a home. They were told he was threatening himself and others inside the home with a weapon, not clarifying what that weapon was. That was around 1:30 a.m. when police responded to this location for the second time that night. The first time officers were told on scene a disturbance was resolved. During the hours-long standoff, police helped all the residents escape the home, and neighbors too had to evacuate, waiting for hours inside a bus nearby. That's where we met a girl who said she shares a wall with the home under watch.
I was in there doing my homework. I was in the room doing my homework, and all of a sudden I hear like arguing and shouting, and I hear like things being banged against the wall. And you know, it simmered down until I heard like a drawer get like smashed and glass shatter, and that's when I was like, I need to go tell my parents.
And Woodbury police say the suspect was hurt before police arrived. Police did not clarify how or to what extent, but we do expect him to get checked out. In Woodbury, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
We're following two murder trials happening right now. In just over an hour, opening statements are set to begin in the Apple River stabbing trial in Hudson, Wisconsin. Nicolay Mew is charged with first-degree murder and 4 counts of attempted murder from the incident involving groups of people tubing on the river in July of 2022. 17-year-old Isaac Schumann died after being stabbed by Mew, but the defendant is claiming self-defense. Cameras are in the courtroom. Lou Raguse will have more details for us as the day continues on air tonight and online. In Hennepin County, the man accused of the murder of Brooklyn Park woman Zaria McKeever is on trial. Eric Haynes was McKeever's ex-boyfriend and the father of her child. He's facing first-degree murder charges after telling investigators he gave a gun to 2 teens and brought them to beat up McKeever's new boyfriend. Court documents say that escalated to the shooting. Last month, one of the teens, Kevin Kamara, pled guilty. His plea deal will give him a 10-year prison sentence in exchange for testimony against Haynes and the others. Right now, work is underway to create a temporary channel to allow ships past the wreckage of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. Crews have been using cutting torches to burn through the steel throughout the weekend and then lifting pieces of the bridge out of the water. A 4th crane is expected to arrive today to help out. In all, about 40 ships and 400 people will be working to clear that vital waterway. Right now, AT&T is working to notify people who were impacted by a massive data breach. Experts have tips about what you need to do if you get a message from them. Here's what we know. Information from about 73 million customers has made its way to the dark web. It's all believed to be from 2019 or earlier. If you're one of those people, the first step is to reset your password. Then ask a credit reporting agency to put a fraud alert on your account. Finally, consider a credit freeze that would block someone from opening an account in your name. New analysis out today from Bankrate.com shows buyers need to make more than $100,000 to purchase a home in 22 states and Washington, D.C. Just 4 years ago in 2020, that stat was only true in 6 states. Minnesota and Wisconsin are not yet on that list, but Bankrate says in Minnesota, you'll need to make nearly $92,000. In Wisconsin, that number is at nearly $79,000. Well, next time you purchase in St. Paul, it'll cost you a little extra. The city's new 1% sales tax went into effect overnight. It brings St. Paul's sales tax to 9.8%, the highest in the state. The city says the tax will generate nearly $1 billion over the next 20 years. This year, it will be used to pay for a $45 million project to fix the streets and improve athletic fields, trails, and buildings at city parks. Well, today, the Minnesota Supreme Court is hearing arguments in a decision regarding the state's 2023 law restoring the right to vote for thousands of former inmates. The Minnesota ACLU is asking the court to uphold the law after a group sued to have it overturned. The ACLU says it's fought for 20 years to restore this right. Well, a big construction project is underway right now in Minneapolis. Crews are in Uptown along Hennepin Avenue South between Douglas Avenue and West Lake Street. The reconstruction will replace underground utilities and improve space for people to walk and bike and ride public transit and, of course, to drive. Work is expected to take 2 years. There's one thing that's for sure. When the weather's like this, I don't mind traffic as much because that means I get a little bit more time with my playlist, but just a little bit. Yeah. Silver lining, Jamie.
But you can also tell we're moving into spring because construction season is here.
Right.
That's how, when the birds see the red cones or the orange cones and the barrels out, they know it's time to migrate north.
Yes.
So you'll start to see a little more migration north with those birds too. But it all has to do with those orange road cones out there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that?
I just saw the orange cones and figured I got lost again. You know, I do that all the time.
Yes. Oh, we'll see a lot of orange road cones and barrels out there, I'm sure. There's a look at the time lapse. We do have quite a bit of cloud cover over the state right now, at least the southern half. If you're in northern Minnesota, you're enjoying some sunshine right now, but we do have this area low pressure sitting to our south. That's going to try to feed some rainfall, even some snowflakes our direction, but it looks as though we'll enjoy some sunshine just north of the metro. In fact, looking at about the northern half of the state for the chance of that sunshine for today. There's a look at the radar right now. And again, what you're going to see, especially this time of year with our temperatures, is you're going to see some areas where there's some indication that, yes, you might find those snowflakes falling in southwest Minnesota. But other areas, as you get towards Albert Lea, as you get towards Mankato, and you start to see something that might look a little more like a rather intense shower. That's the radar picking up those ice crystals. Snow aloft melting as it comes to the ground. And that's why the radar is a little deceptive when you see things like that. But we will see a pretty consistent shower along I-90 today. Now we'll move a little further south, rather quiet when you take a look at the southern plains, the lower Mississippi River Valley, even into the Ohio River Valley. But later today, expecting some very nasty weather, severe weather outlook again. Looking to enhance and moderate across parts of Oklahoma and extending that towards the north end of the Ohio River Valley as well. So it is going to be a very active weather to our south. For us, we'll continue to see those showers. Again, a lot of it towards the I-90 corridor. With time, it's going to try to move further and further north. More or less just kind of run into the Twin Cities. South Metro might have a better chance of picking up some light showers. This is not going to amount to much in terms of any rainfall across the area. And this area low pressure is actually going to end up in Michigan, and it's going to pull in some of that cooler air, try to turn it over to snow into those morning hours of Tuesday as everything is beginning to pull away to the east. So west central, or I should say western Wisconsin might see some light snow showers tomorrow. We might get a little bit of a drizzle, a light shower here or there looking ahead to our Tuesday. But right now, most of that rainfall expected for today. But as you can see, again, the number's not too terribly high. This is just going to be light shower activity. And again, a little more consistent along I-90. For temperatures, right now, we're seeing many of us sitting into those 30s. You're going to find some numbers climbing a little higher further north later on with that sunshine, but 41 in the metro. The wind's not too terribly strong, and the winds are going to be primarily out of the east. Again, that area low pressure sits to our south. Not saying we couldn't see a few light showers in the metro, but again, not expecting much in terms of that rainfall. A lot of cloud cover, and really holding those temperatures back. You see that you do enjoy some of those low to mid 40s looking to the north, along with a lot more sunshine. Meanwhile, you're going to find low 40s and even upper 30s mixed in along the I-90 corridor. And again, a better chance for there being some steady rain showers. You might see some snowflakes mixed in, but again, a lot of this expected to melt easily as it hits the ground, as long as it's bare ground right now. And for the 7-day forecast, yes, we're going to watch those numbers continue to climb, and it is nice to see some 50s and even some 60s as we get a lot closer to that weekend. Should be beautiful for the home opener as well.
Oh, Saturday is calling my name. That's the home opener. I like it. Jamie, thank you. Well, today it's a